Hello, everyone. Hello. Give people some time to get up here, get up in here. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Get up in here. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. Long time. Get up here so we can start talking about something I've been talking about 4 years ago. I had to go back into my videos and see when I started really talking about it. It was way back in 2020. I already knew it. It seemed pretty obvious to me, honestly. What's up, Nick? Seemed pretty obvious to me, everybody. Pretty obvious. And now I just listen. The only thing, even if you listen to my videos back then, I just couldn't figure out how they were going to do it. Okay. How it was going to be done. Now it's crystal clear. It's really easy to see now. What's up, Jewel? I know years ago, Jewel, you're right. I just could not figure out how, but now I do. And now it's easy. Now, now, first of all, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name's LJ. Welcome. Founder of SMD, 6 Cents channel, all that. Welcome. What do I do here? I help people own themselves in the United States of America by mathematically showing them that they do not. What does that mean? Okay. Your credit reports are your debt slave papers. Now, excuse me. Capitalism is positive and negative, all right? Psychological positive and negative. The majority of you guys live on the negative side. The debt slaves live there, okay? Now, debt slaves, your credit reports are your debt slave papers. They just keep track of all the businesses that own you. Okay. And your credit scores are nothing more than reward points for staying in debt with your owners listed on your report. Now, the psychological part of it all, you guys just don't know that. All right. Now, for those of you that do not believe me, okay, I just want to now I'm a what I'm sharing with you is a gift. All right. It is a gift, but there are many people on earth with gifts. Okay. But I'm one of the very few people with gifts that can be mathematically proven to be true. Okay. I'm one of those people. All right. Now, people that are debt slaves, money doesn't exist for you. Okay. So I always tell you to do this so you can understand what I mean. Go grab some money, hold it in your hand. Whatever the amount of money you have in your hand, open up the calculator, put in the amount of money you have in your hand minus your car payment and hit equal. Okay. And then listen to me. All right. Listen to me real close. According to the calculator, do you have any money in your hand? Now, this is called the glitch in the debt matrix. You're going to get stuck because you're looking at the large negative number on the calculator. You don't know what to say and all this other stuff. The answer is no. Okay, we're just going to go straight to it because I don't really feel like wasting time. The answer is no. So if all you got to do, if you want to escape the debt matrix, you got to believe that money doesn't exist for you until it does. All right. So that's what I do. I help money exist for you by owning blah blah blah. Right. So that's what I do. Anyway, what's up, Dark? How you doing? So now that I'm here, and this is what I do, I change people's lives forever because your life will change generationally. But now that I understand how it all, not how it all works, but the basics of it, right? Because it's just really just math. It allows me to see things that the majority of you guys cannot see because you guys are owned. You guys don't even know that. You guys don't even know you're owned. I mean, if you just look at your credit report, it will clearly tell you that you're owned, but you just got to believe it. It's not really the wonderful thing about capitalism is nothing really is hidden. It's a choice. You either trust the calculator or you don't. It's really that simple, right? But it's psychological. You just don't know. But anyway, so anyway, I was talking about this way a long time ago about Kamala being president. And, of course, everybody thought, oh, you're crazy. No woman's going to be a president. Now, in the traditional sense, yes, of course, I didn't think a black woman would be voted in as president. I knew that. Okay. I all you got to do is just look at the surroundings and just understand that that's just the way that times we are in right now. So it is. It is. But I saw her getting put in place. I was like, wow, okay. Like a chess piece. It's really like playing chess. Move her here, okay. And then I thought to myself, all right, he's Biden's really old. He's not going to make it 2 terms. That's clear. Everybody knows that he's not going to make. These are just obvious things that I'm looking at. Okay, this is just nothing's wrong with him. It's just age. Period. There's nothing we can do about that. Okay, it just happens, right? And so I thought to myself, well, if he steps down, she's automatic president, right? But her term will end as soon as she'll be out of there as soon as that, because she'll be finishing out Biden's term. And right now it's too late because she would just have a small window. So now this is what I see, so you guys can understand what how I see as Kamala. She's Vice President Kamala Harris is in for guaranteed. She's about to be our president. And you're probably thinking, oh, well, how do you know that? She's a black woman with no felony convictions. It does listen, just because President Trump didn't go to jail for what he did doesn't mean he still did the crime. You see what I'm saying? So now, listen, she's going to be the first black now, and what's so crazy? I know it. I know you. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees it. Now he's convicted. He's for a crime. Now he's one of the black people and all this other crazy, stupid ass nonsense. It's just stupid, but it is what it is. So who's the only person, listen closely, who's the only person that can slip in there? Because I thought after what happened to Mr. Trump, which is a tragedy, I don't want anybody thinking, I don't wish any take life on earth. I just want to make sure people understand that is clear. I don't care what happened. I don't agree with that at all, right? But I thought after the survival of that, I thought for sure he was a shoe-in. Boom, that's it. Trump's in. He's about to be the president. And then next thing you know, I hear President Biden said, "Oh, I'm not gonna go another term." I'm like, "What? Th- th- it's November. It's this November coming up. Nobody can step in and go against him. Nobody, except who? Kamala. And the reason why she's gonna win, in my opinion, of course, because I don't know. I don't know anything. She has no felony convictions. People, do you understand that? You got to look at us as global. We are United States is number one. Understand that. It doesn't matter if people think, oh, the US dollar is worth value and it's not worth as much as it doesn't matter. Does it change that it's number one? No, that doesn't change anything. We're still number one. Do you understand that? We're number one currency in the world, no matter the value. Nobody stops and questions that. Hey, if U.S. currency has lost its value, how come it's still number one? Why do you think? Because we said so. That's why. But anyway, my point is this. I forgot my point. Damn it. Where was I going with that? Let's see what you guys saying. Dang. Says, doing fine, thank you. You foresee a bust scopular of would you say bust scopular of LJ just like Plato and Zaphron? I know there must be old names. There was no primary to elect her. It was anointing. It's actually you guys. To me, let me tell you something. It's crystal clear to me. Nobody listen. I thought for sure Trump was in. There was nobody that was going to change that vote. There was going, and then here comes Kamala with no convictions. Oh, that's where I was going with that. Imagine to the world. Okay, remember, imagine to the world if we had a president with a felony conviction. What does that say about the United States of America? In my opinion, that cannot happen. That's just my opinion. Okay, that's just my opinion. Because I look right here in America. You get a felony, you can't get a passport. Some countries don't even let you in. They don't even let you into the country if you have a felony conviction. How does that work? Do you not listen? The president goes to visit other countries. What are they going to say? Hey, sorry, your president can't come here because he's a convicted. You see what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. I'm just looking at what I see. I watch here. I'm watching like you can. If you guys don't believe me, just go on Google and type in Canadian border or something like that, and just watch one of those shows. Canada will stop you. Hey, you can't come in because you got a conviction of this and that. How does that work then? What our president won't be able to go to Canada? What are they going to say? Oh, it's okay because it's okay because that's the president. But but I don't know. I'm just talking out loud. I don't know. The answer is no. Kamala will be the next president. That's just my opinion. They're going to knock out two birds in one stone. And you know what's so crazy? I'm so happy in my lifetime. I will have been able to see a black man president and a black woman president because guaranteed that's never going to happen again for me or anybody listening to this video, no matter what your age is. I guarantee you that. Yeah, exactly. You can't even vote. How does that work, people? How does that work? That doesn't work. Do you guys understand? This seems this seems crystal clear to me. I don't really. Okay, he didn't get punished. That doesn't change the crime. It's still hey, listen, and they doing all this shit, putting them on shirts and chains and putting them in the black neighborhood. What does all that mean? I don't even know what any of that. Why are you doing that? Honestly, I can't stand watching shit like that. I can't even. I just flip through it. What does that conviction have to do with black people? Absolutely fucking nothing. I can't stand it when they do that shit. I can't stand it. Can't stand it. I believe Trump will still win the election on file. Okay. Hey, well, all right. Go right. Hey, listen, QJC, you got to think about the whole world. What do you think the world would think? You don't just think about just what's happening here. We are a piece of the world, and we are looked at by the world as number one. I want everybody in this room to understand that we are looked at by the world as number one. Do you guys listen? Do you guys understand what that means? Our money says we are number one in the world. How do you think that will look? Like say like this, say like this. Say like you were the owner of a company, okay? And you needed to hire a president for your company. You got two candidates. They're both qualified, they both got all the credentials, but one has a felony conviction and the other one doesn't. Which one are you going to hire? I'll give you a moment to think about it. Go ahead. You're the owner of your company. This is your company. You started it from the ground up, blood, sweat, and tears, and now you're raking in the dough. And now you need to hire a president. Which one are you going to hire? Which one are you going to hire? Everybody knows the answer. It's not rocket science. You guys, sometimes people be making it hard. Well, I know it looks like that to a lot. If you're put it this way, I know it doesn't make sense to you, but if you're in debt and if you've always been in debt, you don't know that you've never owned yourself for your entire life. Okay. Especially those of you that have totally given up on ever paying back your credit, your student loan debt. You guys are toast. You guys don't even count. Do you guys understand that? Because of yourself. People in debt, you don't count unless I mean you count, but not in the way you think you count. That's not democracy, LJ. The people should choose. I'm not even sure what you're talking about, Nick. I'm not even sure. If you've been in debt all your life, you've never owned yourself. So there's a perspective of the world that you do not know exists. I promise you this. I promise you that. That's a promise. You don't know that your credit reports are your debt slave papers. You can believe it or not. It's totally up to you. But this is the cold part about it. This is the cold part about it. They all taught us this in elementary school. Remember the number line? Zero in the middle, positive numbers in green on the right, negative numbers on the left in red. They all taught us this. That's what's so crazy. They all taught us this in elementary school. If you choose not to use that on against your finances, that's your problem. You know what? I'm 54 years old. I think that's why I still remember my math teacher's name in elementary school. Her name was Miss Klingensmith. She was a German lady. Now, with the gift I share with you guys today, now I understand why she was always on me in class. I never understood why she was always on me out of the whole freaking class. She was always on me. She obviously knew I had a gift. Of course she did. I'm a kid. She's like, well, shit, I don't really know how old she was. She was really old. So I think she was probably in her 60s, maybe at that particular time. So she's already lived through life. Of course, if she sees a kid with a gift, of course she knows because she can see it. Sneaker life. Hey, sir, I didn't see you sneaking there. Yeah, what's up? Took me some years, almost they're finally clicked in my head. You know what's so crazy? Let me tell you something, man. That's just the way it is. Okay. Everybody, it's really hard to explain, really. It's just what I do is I come in, I plant the seed to the people that I believe can hear me, and then I leave them alone. I don't mess with them. I don't, hey, did you do this and that? This no. The seed is already planted. Once you get a piece of it, it's there. I don't really have to do anything after that. It's just gonna slowly grow. Slowly grow. Well, maybe President Harris will finally get student loans forgiven. Well, QJC, I don't know what it's QJC. Why are you talking like that, man? You know, and for all the people that are listening, I'm gonna tell you the reality. They're never going to free you, debt slaves. You must free yourself. The only way out of student loan debt. This is the harsh truth. Nobody's telling you this, okay? Because it's up to you. There's no way out. You must pay back every single penny of that money. That's the only way you can free yourself. That's why there's no bankruptcy on student loan debt because you guys would all do it. Do you guys understand that? If they allowed bankruptcy for you to bankrupt your student loans, you guys would all do it. It's in the trillions of dollars. Those are your papers. You are owned. They now they owned you because of yourself. Nobody made you get student loans. Nobody signed on this. Nobody forced you to do it. You did it. You did it. That's never, ever, ever, ever going to happen. Ever. Do you understand that? The quicker you the quicker you accept that, and let me tell you the really hard truth. If you don't pay off those student loans, you might as well just stop listening to my channel because you're never going to know what I'm talking about. You can't. Now, I know that's hard for you to understand. It doesn't matter if you understand it. I'm just telling you what is. Your credit report are your papers. Believe that. Hold on. Uh, I didn't see that until I freed myself, until I got out of debt. And then I went and looked at my credit report and It was only one page with nothing on it and all this other stuff, all zeros. I was like, wait a minute. Those look like slave papers. Yes, those are papers, baby. Papers. That's why at 18, hey, get a college degree. Do this. You ain't gonna be shit if you don't have a college degree. If you people with college degrees, they earn this and that, they earn more. You guys don't need to. You guys need to stop and listen. They're talking about people that are going for jobs. They're not talking about business owners. It's unlimited. So when you hear the young people, listen closely. When you hear the statistics, oh hey, people that earn college degrees, they earn bitch. They're talking about workers. Okay, that's all fine and dandy if you want a job, but if you want to be a business owner, you don't need any of that. You don't need any of that. When you come to the positive side of capitalism, taxes are your friend, people. Taxes are not your enemy. Taxes help build wealth on the positive side, not when you're on the negative side. It doesn't matter what any tax professional, I want you guys to listen to me closely. It doesn't matter what any tax professional tells you. They cannot break the laws of mathematics, okay? It doesn't matter how many degrees they have. It doesn't matter. If you have a mortgage, you cannot lower if you are in debt, you cannot lower yourself in your tax bracket. You can't do it. Once you come to the positive side, you understand that. Now, there's a difference between business debt and personal debt. When you're in debt, you guys don't know that. So a lot of channels, they exploit that on you guys because you guys don't know the difference. You guys think it's all the same. It's not. It's not the same. When you hear Robert Kiyosaki talking about, hey man, I love debt and debt made me rich. Well, he's talking about business debt, people, not personal debt. Okay, business debt. But you never hear him talk about the difference, right? You never. You guys don't know that. That's why I wouldn't say it either. That's very profitable. Student loan will be paid by the end of the year, and I'm 1,000. Hey man, listen. Is it true? Is it really gonna be paid? I mean, it sounds like it. I hear you. Remember, you're saying it. This is a promise that you're making to yourself, okay? And if you don't do it, I want you to understand this, okay? I want you to really feel this. If you don't do it, understand that you're gonna let yourself down. And if you let yourself down, I don't know what you're gonna what you're gonna do from there. I don't know what you're gonna do. So make sure it happens. Listen, you better believe $1.7 trillion. You guys are owned for life. If you just listen to what I'm saying, you don't have to accept it. You can pay your shit off. You can do it. You got to stop listening to your friends with student loan debt, thinking they're getting ahead with cars and finance and looking at cyber trucks and all this other stuff. You guys, hey, listen, you guys, but that's a facade. Okay, we got bigger problems right now. If Trump becomes president, you won't have any place to use your papers. It won't matter because Trump is not going to be president. They're not going to listen. We're not going to have a convicted felon as a president. They won't listen. They don't even let felons into Canada. Presidents go to other countries to represent the United States. What are they going to say? No. Oh yeah, we don't let felons in our country, but if it's a president, yes. I mean, that don't even make sense. I want everybody to listen to how I'm talking. Okay, just listen. What's up, Jacquees? For sure, for sure. And listen, all she got to do when they do those debates, all she has to do is bring up his felony conviction. She don't really even have to talk too much. Hey, he's a convicted felon. Okay, thank you. Good night. What else? Hey, listen, what else you got to say? You guys see, and listen, I'm not saying that everybody with a felony is bad. I'm just saying what happens to you When you get stamped with a felony, everybody knows when you try to get a job, when you try to leave the country, da 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 da. Everybody knows. Is this an exception? Are we? But listen, this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. What's up, Jesus? How you doing? S&B, the crypto guys getting too excited lately. I'm sure they are. The prosecutor is going to spank that criminal. Spank what criminal? What criminal are you talking about? What are you talking about? What's up, Omanike? This is, hey, listen, you guys, this is crystal clear to me. Two birds, two birds in one stone. We're gonna see, not only we're gonna see our first woman president, our first black woman president. Okay? That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. Connect all the dots. Debt slaves are upset over the crowd strike. I'm not sure what that is. Crowd strike issues. I'm not sure what that is. Couldn't imagine being a debt slave who has used PTO for a finance trip. That's how being held up due to tech issues. Oh, that issue. Okay, forcing you to miss more. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, ain't that crazy? That's crazy. Let me tell you something. I was a computer engineer for 20 years. All right, and I worked for towards the end of my year. I worked for Alaska Airlines. Let me tell you something, man. Those outages, they're nothing nice. Okay. Now, that's the type of environment I enjoy being in. Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but something like that back then for me, I'd have been excited to get in there and figure out what's happening. That was just my thing back then. But when it's like serious, serious, and things are people, planes don't fly, that's like serious. You don't go home. You're eating in the office. You're not going anywhere until this is resolved. Period. But those of us that signed up for that, we knew that that could possibly happen. That's just part of the job. But when that happened, when I heard about that, I was like, ooh, nobody, there's a lot of people not getting no sleep right now. A lot of people. A lot of people. Exactly. No bathroom breaks, nothing. You better not leave your desk. You better not leave your desk. Oh man, those days, oof. Somebody, hey man, listen, let me tell you something. If something from my experience, this what that says to me. Somebody didn't run a test. Some somebody did not run the test because nowadays you can build your exact environment virtually. Okay, you can do that now. That's possible, right? And then you could execute that code in that environment and see what happens. Now, I'm not saying that just because it worked in the perfect environment that it's 100% positive. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like this: whoever pushed go, whoever whoever stamped go, they better have some testing stuff to prove what they did before they push go. I guarantee you that, or if they lost their job, something. Believe that. She is the perfect candidate. She's a woman. She's black, and she's a prosecutor for sure. She's about to be president. I want people to understand that that's happening. I've been talking about this 4 years ago. I just didn't know how they were going to do it. This is perfect. Do you guys understand me? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I'm like, hey, this. You get a felony stamped on your record. Some can't get a passport. You can't get quality jobs. Nobody wants to hire you. You can't leave the country. Some countries won't let you in. Counts on what you did. And you think our president is? Come on, man. There's an exception. Listen, imagine. Said like he became president, right? And then he flies to a country that normally do not let felons into the country. You know how highly upset people are going to be you know how many people going to be upset that why how come I can't come in? That will that move right there would clearly show privilege. It wouldn't That's obvious. That would be obvious privilege. That kind of stuff cannot happen. Do you guys understand that? It can't happen. Do you know how many people will wake up and say, "Hey, wait a minute. What?" They'll be like, "What? Huh? Wait a minute." They'll be like, "Not only did he not go to jail, he can still go to all the countries." They're going to be like, "Okay, now hold up." LJ, I don't know how you, I don't know how you do it. Predict stuff all the time. I'm telling. Hold up, Omanike. Let me say this. It seems to me, it seems obvious. I That's the only way I could say it. It just seems very obvious to me. Okay, even back then, when President Biden became president, right? I thought to myself, wow, he looks pretty old. He looks pretty frail. This because of age. I was thinking he's not going to make 2 terms because of just his age. That was crystal clear to me. I said, okay, he's obviously going to step down at some time, and he's going to, and then she's going to automatically be stepped up. All right, cool. All right, that's just how it's going to happen. That's how I thought it was going to happen, right? But then I guess he was going longer than people predicted. Now, if he stepped down right now, that I think this is my opinion. If he had said, if he had said, I'm about to step down as president, she steps in at that time, do I think she would lose against President Trump? I know it seems like it's the same thing, but to me, it's not. I think President Trump would have won if it would have happened like that. You see what I'm saying? Just my opinion. We've already proved that Trump will lose that. He lost, and that's what's so crazy. Let me tell you what woke me up. Okay, you guys need to. This is what woke me up when President Trump ran against what's the name's wife. He lost the popular vote. The popular vote voted for what's the name's wife, but he won by electoral votes, the electoral college. I was like, okay, to me now this is the first time I heard of the Electoral College. This was the first time in my life that I heard. I was like, I said, first of all, I said, what is the popular vote? They said yeah, Hillary Clinton. I'm sorry, Hillary Clinton, right? I said, what is the popular vote? They said the popular vote is the people of the country. Is the people of the. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Everybody in the country, we are all one. We vote for who we want, and that's that, right? Yeah. But sometimes, if more Democrats and Republicans are over here and this and that, they kind of give you this rigmarole thing or something, something. It's like okay, but the Electoral College, there's like 13 or 14 people that do. I said, what? Who? Why is that there? Then they give you some excuse there. I'm like, well, I said, who controls those people? Oh, nobody. Nobody controls those. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Now, I'm just listen, this is just a guess. I'm just guessing. Okay. I don't know any of that. I don't know any it just may hey man, I just see different. Okay, that's it. Put it this way, debt slaves are the majority. I want all the S&P family to listen to me closely. Debt slaves are the majority. They don't know that they're debt slaves. They don't even know it. So do you think their vote counts? Okay. Are you listening? Do you think that they don't even know they don't even own themselves? Okay. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. Millions of people with mortgages think they own houses. Come on, man. Debt slaves are so far from owning themselves. If they put up the number line, the zero, that line would go so far, it would never end to infinity. Debt slaves don't even know how much debt they're in, and they don't even care. You think their vote counts? I hope you guys are listening. It is the way it is, period. When you come, now that I'm on the positive side, put it this way, there are clear rules that don't need to be written down, don't need to be in some book, don't need to be, put it this way, if you got here, if you come here, if you got this far where I'm talking about where I'm at today, you understand, you understand, period. Debt slaves are just running around, busy doing stuff. Just like the original Matrix movie. You know how you always focus on the main characters and all the people in the background are running around just doing stuff. That's what debt slaves. That's my life today. When I go out in public, I'm like that. On the phone, looking stuff, playing video games, talking loud, playing music, doing stuff. They're all arguing, fighting, honking the horn. You guys are just busy doing shit. Passing up, listen, passing up graveyards, totally forgetting all those people in the graveyards. They were here before you guys, doing the same shit you guys are doing. Same shit. Just, hey, I'm just working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, this and that, and all this. You guys are all right. You guys are about to see the first black woman president. Wow. You guys should be, hey man, this is a good time to be alive. Wonderful time to be alive. The beginning, listen, the beginning of a new economy, the brand new, whether you understand that or not, totally up to you. What you guys are, let me tell you, so those of you that do not know, because a lot of you guys are clueless, right? About the understanding of what happened. In 2020, the world stopped. It did something that nobody believed that could happen. Nobody believed that. It did it. That will never, ever happen again, ever. Okay. So you guys are at the beginning of a brand new economy, brand spanking new. Now, if you get on the positive side right now, you will be wealthy. Not only will you be wealthy, your grandchildren will be wealthy, your great grandchildren will be wealthy, because that's what I do. I help you create generational wealth, not just get out of debt and do the Dave Ramsey thing. No, it's way more than that, way more than that. I help you be Dave Ramsey. Do you understand that? I help you be Dave Ramsey. I help you be whatever you want to be. But of course, you know, you guys have never heard of a person like me, so I must lead by example at first. I must lead by example. So I must become a millionaire, billionaire, well known, or whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me because I already know today. I already know right now. It's the world who doesn't know right now. It's the world that doesn't know. I already know today. I'm I'm happy to have a seat in the stadium of the United States of America. I have a front row seat. That is crystal clear. Vice President Kamala Harris is about to be president of the United States of America. That's crystal clear. That's easy to see. Not a problem. Debt slaves must stay asleep. You only can do so much. If you do too much, they'll wake up. You can't do too much. They'll wake up. That would be a problem because capitalism's all over the world. They must stay asleep. And this is the bigger picture, what you guys must understand. Everybody in the world knows capitalism works the best here in the United States of America. Why is that? Because we have the most amount of unconscious debt slaves in the entire world. Do you guys understand that? The entire world. If you want to be, everybody knows, if you want to become rich and you understand that capitalism is positive, psychological positive and negative, the place to come here and become rich is the United States of America because we have the most unconscious debt slaves. They're all here. But if you come here, you must pay your part. You can't just come here and make money and not pay doing business here. You can't come on somebody's property and think you're going to profit from their stuff and you didn't invest anything. That it doesn't work like that. So when you come to the positive side, like I said earlier, taxes are your friend. You don't hide money. You don't pretend. You don't put on your taxes that you made X amount when you really made more. You don't do any of that stupid nonsense. You don't be talking about, oh my God, taxes are so high, they're pricing me out of the neighborhood. That means those are the people that don't understand how it works. That's what that means. The next time you hear the young people, I really want you to hear this. The next time you hear somebody complaining about taxes, you turn to them and say, do you have car payments? And then when they tell you yes, you think to yourself, that's why they're complaining about taxes because they got car payments. Car payments, interest, who knows what their interest rate is, who know how they finance the car. There's a million connections to why. It's not the taxes, it's them. Now you guys are hearing a lot of firsts right here on this channel. Predictions. It's like it's not difficult. It really is not. Like where we live, when we were born, the people listening to this, everything was already established. You guys understand that? Everything was just here, buildings, this the government structure, government governor, president, blah blah blah. All of it's just here in place. Do you guys understand that? It wasn't always here. Time for Americans to start dreaming again like the new people who come here and have. Well, that's the problem, Booker. They're dreaming. Now, if debt slaves really pay attention, when they say, let's use the example of the American dream. Now, if you just look at the statement for a minute, okay, just think about the statement. Well, in order to dream, you must be asleep, okay? And if you finance a house with using a mortgage and you believe you're a homeowner, you're living the American dream because what you're saying is not mathematically true. So you're not a homeowner. So you're dreaming. So you are in fact living the American dream. Do you understand? Nothing is hidden. How to become wealthy, how to become generationally wealthy, how everybody, all the people, all the billionaires are doing it in your face right now. When you see one person making millions or billions of dollars, that means they know something that you don't. I'm telling you what that is. This is what it is. That's it. They're making millions of dollars and you have a job that you get an hourly wage of $20 an hour minus taxes. Obviously, there's something that you can't see that you're not seeing. I'm just telling you that. When you break out of, like, here, let me give you another example. When I broke out of the 40-hour work week life, when I finally broke out of it, I realized why I was struggling or why I didn't like taxes and all this other stuff, because I was using myself to participate in capitalism. Once I removed myself and entered my businesses, I don't have to pay for anything anymore. My business pays for everything. My taxes, my light bill, my phone bill, my this and that. It pays for everything. Then you're like, oh, that's how you legally not pay taxes anymore. Exactly. Your business pays for it. So when the IRS says, hey, LJ, you owe this much, and I write it, I go to my business bank account, pull out the money, and then I pay the IRS. That's what I do. I keep I keep immaculate records. I put one bank account, all the business, everything is perfect. So when I file my taxes, let me explain to you guys. When I file my taxes, the IRS can tell that I know. They can tell because the way I do stuff, the way I do it, because it flows a certain way. And when you know, it's like, oh, it must flow this way. Yes, it must flow that way. What's up, Andre? Correct. We say QJC, the new iPhone comes out in October with student loan back in business. I'm interested in seeing how the new phones will sell this fall. Well, I could have swore somebody just sent me a thing saying that they were going to freeze some student loans. And I want you guys to pay close attention to that too. Now, understand though, even though student loans are a large amount, okay? They are a large amount. It it's not going to prevent the sale of iPhones, because you got to remember 99% of the people are not buying iPhones in cash. They're financing iPhones. They don't have no money. 99% of the people that you see with iPhones, they're financed. And this is the easiest way to tell if they're financed, if you could see this. If their phone is branded with a phone with AT&T, T-Mobile or something, it's probably a finance phone. Okay, not all the time, because you can buy these phones after they've been recycled or whatever, right? But the majority of the phones are financed, because when I buy a phone, I buy it unlocked, factory unlocked. So on boot up, no AT&T, no Verizon, none of that pops up, because I have an unlocked. I buy unlocked phones, factory unlocked phones, so it doesn't have any of that kind of stuff. It's interesting, QJC. The garnishments will start again. Yep, yep, yep. I see that, a tax deduction. Yeah, it's one thing I realized first, once I got out of debt, and this I'm glad it happened this way. Once I got out of debt, and then I went into opening my own business, things really it was much better for me doing it that way. I promise you, it was just much cleaner. Things things just flowed much easier, not too much confusion, because when you first start a business, you're probably pulling financial resources from many different places. Personal business is kind of scrambled all over the place just because you're trying to get it up. But once you get your business flowing, you start fine tuning it. Okay, this is the business account. Everything we buy, we use this business card. Blah 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 blah, and just everything flows. So when it's time for me to give all my information to my tax professional, it's really easy. Here's the bank account. Here's the papers. Done. All right. I don't really have too much more than that. That's all she needs from me, and then I'm done. And then she calls me. It's done. Here's the pay for the bill, and the business pays for that. So it's not even a big deal. So any questions? Yeah, let me get damn, I always forget how to do this. Okay, guess. Invite guests. Copy, Paste. All right. So that is pretty much my prediction. All right. Again, this is just my opinion. I don't know anybody in the White House. I'm not saying I don't know anybody at the top. I'm far from knowing any information at that level. I want to make sure that is crystal clear. Nothing. This is just clearly my opinion. Clearly, my yield farm is paying for my things. Okay. What I mean is having a vision for your. Oh, yeah, that's true. A lot of people don't have. A lot of people don't. I've noticed They don't really they don't really have goals or visions of changing. I've noticed a lot of that. I have. It's surprising, really. But, it is what it is. Not saying that everybody must have one, but now that I'm free and I put it this way, now that I'm free, um, time the time in my life is now number 1. Okay? It's really Imma try to make this make sense. Time is number 1. So, I'm really I'm way more efficient with my time. Uh, I really just tell people what I want. This is how it is, or this is how it's gonna be. Because you think about. I'm 54, man. I can't believe how fast 54 came. I'm just happy I took care of my body when I was in my 20s and my 30s, and I mean, I started in my late 20s and I kept it ever since. I thank God every day that I stuck with it because it's paying off now that I'm 54. Because I see other men my age. I see how they look. They got problems, you know, sexual problems, all kind of problems, man. And they got to take. I just like, man. I thank God I took care of myself. Uh, and I hope the young guys are listening because I see at this age right now, this day and age now, fast food is being delivered. You can have fast food delivered to your house, so you don't even have to leave your house. So my prediction in that obesity is about to be the largest problem ever, ever, right? Because think about it this when here's another prediction. I always predict this one too. Tesla is about to take over the whole Uber food delivery. You guys, a lot of people don't even see this. Is crazy. People don't even see this about to happen. As soon as Tesla gets the green lights, all you guys driving, delivering food, people taking stuff, just anything. You guys are going to be out of a job. Do you guys understand that? Especially, let's just stick with the food. Okay, let me give you an example. People that order food, when Tesla gets the green light, when people order food, they're going to specifically ask if the restaurants uses Tesla to deliver their food because they don't want people going in their food and touching it and stuff like that. Uh, Asking for ridiculous tips and nervous if they don't give them a tip, a right amount of tip, people gonna mess with their food. Do you guys understand? All that fear is now eliminated. Who do you think the customers are going to request? They're going to request Tesla for everything. Request Tesla for a car because they know they're going to have a clean car, no smoke in it, nobody. Because what is the worst? This is what I can't stand. I don't smoke cigarettes. It's nothing worse than getting an Uber driver's car that clearly smokes cigarettes. I can't stand that. It stinks, right? That will never happen in a Tesla. Exactly. Trust someone delivering food in this economy? There's people there's people in it. There's people that don't trust people delivering food in a good economy. It just doesn't there's a market that Tesla is about to tap into just for that fact. And restaurants, listen, restaurants will be forced, you hear me? Forced to use Tesla because their customers are going to request it and require it. Now, where are all those people going to go? They've been free They've been free to work when they want, work as many hours as they want. uh not some of you guys paying your taxes, some of you guys are not. A lot of you guys, like, because I hear it all the time. Oh, let me do this quick Uber thing, man, give me some money and go out. That means you're not paying any taxes. If you're going to do an Uber run so you can go out for the night, that means you have no money. So that means you're not going to be paying the taxes that you're about to earn. So that means you're not filing taxes. All of that connects, all of it. And as soon as Tesla gets the green lights, you guys got to go back to regular jobs. And as soon as you go back to regular jobs, that's when the IRS are going to come collecting the taxes that you didn't pay all this time while working for Uber, Lyft, whatever. That's that goes. Listen, that goes the same for groceries. They're gonna be like, people don't trust other people. I get it too. Get it. Restaurants were forced to use Uber Eats partnership. Yep, during the pandemic, sure was. Now they're going to be forced to use Tesla. Congratulations, Tesla. If any Tesla execs that are listening to this, congratulations to you guys ahead of time. Smart move. You guys are playing chess. No different than what's going on with the presidency. Congratulations. They can work at Walmart or wait, self checkout. No, they can't. You're right. Can't do that. I don't know where you guys are gonna go. There gotta be a place to where you go. Gotta be. See, these are things when it when it comes to stuff like that, these are the things I'm glad I have a seat in the stadium. Just like Kamala, I didn't know how I knew she was gonna become president. I just didn't know how she was gonna become president. This is perfect. She ain't got no felony conviction. She's in. She's in. She's in. I know people are like, even when I was saying it back then, people were like, "Oh, you're crazy." I was like, "Okay, whatever." Everybody, everybody that watches President Biden, oh, he looks frail. He can't really say his words. He can't talk. If we're seeing it, you don't think the people that are close to him don't see it? They know more than you. This is chess, people. If you don't know how to play chess, you just don't know how to play chess. But this is psychological chess. It's beautiful to watch. It makes me, I was telling Andre this, it makes me want to listen to uh, uh, symphony music. You guys understand that? It makes me want to listen to symphony music and just watch this happen. Watch her become president. How before it happens. I want you guys to see it happen. And then when you come back and listen to this video, you're gonna be like, well, how did he know that? It's obvious. I wonder where they will go as debt slaves have to work no matter what. And October, that's my question. That's another thing I guess I have to watch and see. Maybe UBI is going to come in here. Because think about it. I want you guys to understand something. I want you guys to always look at the bigger picture. You see the bad homeless problem right now. You see it? You see how bad it is? What do you think it's going to be like when Uber gets the green light? I mean, when Tesla gets the green light, what then? Listen, only so much can happen. Okay, you guys got to understand that. Economies do not work without people, without humans. Why is that? Because we are the only species on Earth that consume unnecessarily. No other species consumes unnecessarily. They consume out of necessity. We don't. Mm. You can make sterilization a requirement for UBI. Interesting. Well, in actuality, you can make anything a requirement if you need some money. You know what I'm saying? You guys want to eat? Yeah, you got to. You want some food? Yeah, you got to get sterilized. Well, they'll wake up for that, so I guess they can't do that. Yeah, they can't. Never mind. Scratch that. I guess put it this way: there must, and this is just my view, there must be balance. Okay, you can't, yeah, you can't push them too far because they'll wake up, and that'll be a problem. That'll be a problem. Capitalism has been here for what, 245 years? I say that's pretty good to keep people asleep that many years. Over a couple centuries. That's pretty good. That's good. That takes some superior brain power. You guys don't even, at what level you got. I don't even know. I don't even know. The psychology is real, people. People don't really. It's a language. It's one of those. Let me kind of give you an example of those guys that, for people that kind of understand what I'm saying, and but kind of don't. You ever look at somebody, or somebody will do something, right, that caused them to lose their job, and you say to yourself, "Damn, they didn't know not to do that." You're like shocked, right? But this is how you got to look at it. Okay, if they did it, that means they didn't know not to do it. Do you? That's how simple it is. I want you guys to really understand that they didn't know not to do it. Because I watch videos like this all the time. Okay, everybody at Walmart knows Walmart obviously invests a lot of money into their security camera equipment because their shit is always crystal clear. Okay. But still, I will see some videos on YouTube of a Walmart employee stealing money. Not a $20, not $100, thousands of dollars. Now, when I see that, I say to myself, you didn't know you was gonna get caught? You didn't know that. You didn't know they put a person there making minimum wage, whatever, and you're stealing thousands of dollars. You didn't know, but obviously, and this is how you got to think about it. Obviously, he or she didn't know because they were doing it. Even they say, "Hey, we got you on camera." They bring them to the back office. We got you on camera doing this and that. What? I didn't know this and that. It's like, yeah, that's the psychological. They don't know. They don't know what they've done to themselves. They don't know what they've done. Like when a young person gets convicted of a crime at a very young age and they don't really get time or anything, they don't really know what has they have done to themselves yet. They don't know. They're not going to really know until they hit 30, 35. Because you got to remember, young people, 18, 20, they think all their homies and friends are going to, hey, this is us for life and this and that, totally forgetting that they're going to get older. Okay, 30s, 40s. It's not going to be the same friends they have now. They don't know they're not going to have the same friends at 40. They're not. It's not going to happen. Okay, it's pretty good, but not touching ancient Greece. Yeah, it's not, definitely not touching ancient Greece. But we're in the we are lucky enough to be in the I now understand that I am blessed and lucky enough to be on earth during peacetime. Okay. This is peacetime, right? Uh because obviously it took war to form the United States of America. Everybody knows that. It took war. Okay. Work and consume. That was me for many years, many years. Now I understand that. Now I understand that statement, Andre, very much so. I am, so people understand. I still I think I just got out of my diapers right now because I'm still in the stadium just watching when I just and men, this trust me, this is just my opinion. I'm just saying that. She becomes president. What I don't know what anybody gonna say after that point. What are you gonna say? What are people gonna say? I'm not listening to you, okay? Because if I speak those words, it will come into existence, and I don't speak such words, Andre. And if I don't speak the words, it doesn't happen. Poof, it's gone, just like that, just like that. See, peace and love for all. Peace and love for everyone around the world. Peace and love. I know. I know. Peace and love around the world. And I really mean that too. I really do. I know people don't believe it, but I do. I do. Andre just a peace and love party pooper. That's what he is. That's why nobody likes you. You probably sit at the lunch table till long, well, not a lunch table, but eat lunch by yourself. Yes, we do. And I'm gonna keep giving it, Omanike. You're right. I'm gonna keep giving that peace and love. I'm about peace, peace, peace. No, you're not. You're a peace party pooper. That's what you are. Say it what it is. Peace party pooper sounds way better than realist. I like that. It's the same thing, but it sounds better. I'm gonna stick with Omanike. Peace. That's what we need. Peace. All right. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any questions? Any questions? This is gonna be a classic video. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm about to see. We're about to see. Even though I've been saying it for years. Even though I've been saying it for years. That Kamala was gonna be president. I just didn't know how. Now I do. It's clear to me. Okay, it's just clear to me. I'm just saying, listen, when I go up to Canada and they pull me to the side and they want to happen to check my car, they're running my name to see if I have any felonies, to see if they're not gonna let me in. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So if Trump becomes president, does that mean he can't fly into Canada to represent the United States? I don't know. That's what that sounds like that to me. See, see that stuff right there? See that? Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but I'm not a for. I don't know. I don't see it. Okay, I'm not a forest ranger, and neither are you. All right. But peace and love to everybody. Peace and love. I'm gonna close it out. Get on out of here. Until the next time. All right. You guys have a wonderful evening. It's 6:20, almost 6:30 here in the Pacific Northwest. You guys have a wonderful evening. Later. Wait, hold up. I saw Andre's thing. Hold up. No business wants someone coming in and messing up the inventory. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. I'm gonna get on out of here. You guys have a wonderful evening. Bye.